Welcome back, friends, to Occultists Anonymous, sponsored by Roll20, The Onyx Path, and viewers like you. Thank you to everybody who is joined into our community, who's talking, who's in the Discord, who's hanging out, who's commenting on YouTube, which, by the way, if you're watching this, you are not subscribed, please subscribe. There's like 43% of people who watch are not subscribed, which, I mean, I'll be honest, if you're watching the very first episode, you're not watching this video, and I'm not talking to them. But you folks who are here on episode 124, help me out here, please. And notably, we are actually at the cusp of 1,000 subscribers, which is mind-blowing. Yeah, and we'll give us some new options from YouTube. We'll have some new stuff that we might be able to do. I know we can't do live streaming on YouTube. Not that we're going to do that. We're staying here with Twitch. But there's some other options that we might be able to leverage to do new content or change the way we deliver videos and stuff like that. So that's out there and is super cool and optional. And then a special shout out to our patrons who support us monetarily, give back a little bit every month, and we greatly appreciate their support. And I'm totally stalling because Patreon is not loading the roster. They updated it. They gave us cool new analytics, but it takes
Michael,
Alan,
Michael. Got you started.
Alan, I mean, without looking, Alan, nope. Hang on. I'm not. Yeah. This is Patreon. There we go. Alan, Michael, Alex, Alexander, Algos, Badur, Bernie, Blood Angel, Brendan, Pronouns, Carson, Christian, Danny, Doc, Emil, Giovanni, Jack, James, Jenny, John, Josh, Julian, Cat Feathers, Melissa, Michael, Moku, Noba, One True Michael, Perry, Puppeteer, Ramon, Riverscride, Ryan, Schmitty, Sebastian, Cinna, Stefan, Serenus, Terry, Debanti, Thomas, Usuf Sama, Firekeeper, and Zoltan. Thank you all for your support and ongoing patronage. If you too want to support us monetarily, that's patreon.com/occultistanonymous or staylucky.club. Thanks for that again, Craig. Look at the things you have done. And if you want to join us on Discord.
I can't believe that that's a thing that exists in the world.
And still hasn't gone away. And if you want to join us on Discord, that's yeetinto.space, which Chris is far more proud to claim. I believe we've actually slipped into a couple other streams for Onyx Path. Apparently, Yeet Into Space has been made a reference in one of the How to Prep a Scion game, and they were talking about Yeet Into Space as like reference to a domain purview or boon purview or something like that. I was like, very nice. And Perry just said that we get another year, Craig. He just renewed the addresses. So yes, and a special shout out to Perry, who is one of our patrons and is also the one who bought, leased, renewed.
He likes buying websites.
Yeah, website names.
Just kind of on a whim.
Yeah, because they're terrific. Let's see, where did we leave off? Oh yes,
Horny jail.
You guys decided. Yes, and decided to view it at the end of the episode instead of the start of the episode. And then there was a kiss, but it was only a kiss.
It was only a kiss.
It was only on the neck. Involved some biting.
Yeah.
Maybe a little blood.
Yep.
No big deal.
And so, yes.
And chat lost their minds.
Yeah, if you are watching this on YouTube and you haven't caught us live on Twitch, come by. You do miss a little bit from chat every now and then. Every now and then they have good stuff. Or like last episode, they all just need to go to horny jail.
Horny jail.
All to do. So, yes. But that, of course, the kiss and the dream were all kind of in preparation for the trip to Seattle that the senior members of the Cabal, at least, are planning on making, because the junior members are busy dealing with the fallout of Songbird's Hallow making.
Hi, yes, Songbird here. I have a question. Actually, Chris has a question. Now that this whole terrible premonition thing has been sort of paranoiding itself around my brain space for a week, I want to clarify something.
Oh, sure.
Could you clarify the threat we don't know about aspect for me.
Mm-hmm. What part of it?
Is this something that we have not considered and have overlooked, or it is a thing that we could not have known about, and therefore I shouldn't really have to worry about? Therefore, I don't have to worry about it currently.
We know that something is going to show up. It's not something we've missed. It's not something we could really probably find right now.
We don't know when.
For
we don't know
something
where.
to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
There will be a wrench in these plans.
Songbird,
so, constant
100%,
vigilance.
Songbird, 100% not worried about it now, because if it was the former, then it was going to be, oh, I have made a tactical mistake, and that is, very dishonorable.
Bad arrow, bad. But in this case, no, I could not have figured it out. I could not have known about this. Yes, that is accurate.
But now I have a heads up.
Yep.
Be prepared for anything, because we don't know what it is.
It's a wolf in the woods.
Right.
Obviously.
So,
actually, not even a wolf. It was big, scary red eyes.
Yes, which is a wolf.
Sure. Have you seen a wolf?
Usually golden eyes.
So before we go to Seattle, we need one of our junior members to be... I need a warp beacon. In case things go completely pear-shaped, I need somebody I can anchor to co-locate back.
Yeah. Well,
that's any of them,
You can just do that, right?
Yep.
That's your legacy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if we want to go back to the sanctum, I need to know that somebody is there. And who
you have a connection yourself to the sanctum. The sanctum is part of the cabal.
Right, but to use the sanctum to the cabal, I've got to work up a spell.
No, I mean it's the same thing. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, for and feel free. This is your legacy.
If you're comfortable with that, using the attainment for that, I'm totally good with that. Okay.
Yeah, because it is
good.
a cabal. It is an aspect of the cabal. Like you literally have dinner there every night. Yeah, no, it is definitely a thing. I've been wondering about the whole like having a person thing, and I was just like, I mean, sure, but you don't need that. No, it is handy to have somebody there. That way, when you dive through and you're like, we have wounded,
they can help.
Right.
Yeah, no, when we worked it up, we talked about the members of the cabal, not necessarily. I never really considered the sanctum as a member of the cabal.
Yeah,
so
for
if
me,
that works, then that's fine.
It's anything that the cabal has significant claim and attachment to. Like if somebody were to check, the sympathetic connections and go, the cabal, what is it going to connect to? For you guys, basically, that's the only location that matters. But for some of the other cabals, they will have multiple sanctums where they do stuff. You guys are not out of the ordinary in the fact that you have one location. I mean, you've been around for 8 months, 9 months. The Sears have like 4 or 5 in Lower Manhattan. And they're not exactly a cabal, but yeah. Cool. Any other further clarifications?
Nope, that's good.
Cool. So first question, whatever. How do you guys plan to go to Seattle, and where do you plan to go in Seattle? I think the first question helps answer the second.
I'm hesitant. I don't really want to take a plane if we can avoid it, because the Panopticon will know we're coming.
Why?
If they're holding all the eyes and we're giving them a paper trail of us getting on a plane and video evidence of us getting on a plane. And they have reason to be watching us because they know we have their things that they want.
They send Zolius to fuck with us. Like they're provoking us, basically. So we gotta assume that we're being watched.
Sure.
And I can make the cameras not see us, but that's also going to cause some issues, like trying to get through security and get on a plane.
Yeah. Why is that guy just rummaging through empty space? Yeah. for a security guard checking our bags.
Because
or
we're
doing
trying to
long
walk
switch or
through the scanners, and the scanner doesn't see anything when it's spinning around you.
something. Mhm.
I mean, I was just thinking we just don't have any magic on, but
But they know us.
teleporting into Seer territory sounds like a tactical invasion. Showing
I
up
was
through
gonna say if we
mundane
can-
means sounds less aggressive
Oh.
to me.
Oh. So we could totally road trip it. Huh? Cross country road trip?
That's a very long time in a car.
That's a very acanthus thing. I mean, hey, you'd have green lights the
But
whole
think of all
way.
the bonding we get to do all that way.
I mean, don't you also have space magic that can like make the way shorter?
Sure, but Songbird was concerned about,
Horses
beaconing.
magic too.
Now, that
Oh,
See how
said...
fast this thing will go.
I mean, all you need is a little RC copter and just plunk that thing on top and just wonderful machine it. And then we now have a flying car. That's
That's not going
said.
to cause any problems.
Yeah. Now that said, talking about teleporting, which is in my mind had been the obvious choice because, hi, have you met me? You don't need to teleport necessarily right into Seattle.
Yeah, I was going to try to go somewhere nearby that we could land in. Like, we do have connections, or we can get in touch with the not-seers in the area.
Yeah, because the caucuses do overlap and have coverage over Seattle, but basically all your digging basically said nobody has any active mages in Seattle besides the judges. And they are notoriously hard to get in contact with and are not exactly on the best of terms with their various caucuses.
All right. Well, how
Not quite
close is the closest adamantine arrow base?
I mean, an hour, 2, 3 out of
Okay.
Seattle.
Maybe Spokane.
Sure. Without me pulling up a map, we'll say sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah, my
Shoutouts
knowledge,
to Moku.
my total knowledge of Seattle comes from Shadowrun. So, are we in the Badlands? Then I know where you're talking about. Otherwise, Is it controlled by elves? Spokane is 6 hours away, says Noctal. Cool, thank you. There we go. 6 hours away.
That one's probably too far.
I make it 4 hours. I make it 4 hours 2 minutes by I-90, but
Sure. Regardless, there is definitely a place to drop in at. And if that's your goal, I'm not making you jump through any hoops. It's actually fairly easy to get a connection, so long as you can find somebody, and you're in New York. You could probably go find somebody at the airport and wait for, Seattle arriving, and just wait. And I'm going to borrow your connection. Thanks, we have it. We're out of here.
Even just pulling through the adamantine arrow and be like, hey, I need a phone call to that base, and then
Also true.
sensory range teleport through the telephone.
Yep. So considering that Weird is the one casting the space spell, I'm again not really worried about rolling it. You good for going to the adamantine arrow base and just rolling with Songbird's thing, tweak to it that you want to do?
as long as they're expecting us, I don't want to. I'm a little uncomfortable popping into an adamantine arrow base unannounced.
Yeah.
That's
No,
a
I
good
mean,
way
it'd
to
be
get,
getting in touch with
On
them
the phone
saying,
with
hey,
them,
we want to come out that way. Can we make use of your sensory area to beam ourselves up?
Mhm.
Cool.
Songbird doesn't say beam ourselves up.
No, he definitely does not. And yeah, with that, we pick up camera, episode start, whatever. We're 18 minutes in to you guys basically stepping out of a army surplus store in Spokane, Washington. I almost said Oregon. I'm saying Portland.
So cliche.
And stepping out of the supply store, a very confused looking staff member is saying, "Hey, thanks, have a good day," and thinking, "I see them come in." He'll have a long think about that later.
Songbird stops to look at some knives and stuff real fast.
Just to help him with the incongruence, you were in the bathroom. I'll just plant that idea as we're walking away.
He's probably pretty happy. That said, this particular cashier has seen quite a lot, considering the back room leads to an adamantine arrow holding. So
I mean, just kind of rolls with it. Otherwise, he would have broken by now.
So our first plan was to contact the judges and try and get in touch with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think was our.
Yep.
But we do also have my contact, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. Which, for those of you who are watching and not part of the sneaky occultist anonymous chat that we have, yes, Craig did ask me about, hey, was there an actual name that I got out of that? And yes, Volaris is a hegemony of Brimos that the Cabal knows about.
I'm sure we're going to get along great.
I'm sure we'll be conducting a business transaction if we end up needing resources that we don't have here.
But otherwise, yes, you are 3 New York mages in Spokane, no vehicle, and, Seattle is a bit of a ways away. And then judges, you don't have a direct contact method. Everything that Songbird was able to get is they're very underground. They're very guerrilla warfare. They're not exactly, putting their contact information out on the net or anything like that. So it is something that you would, and I'm pretty sure the conversation has come up. Yes, it is probably something you can luck your way into, but considering their guerrilla warfare, agents, they're probably
Show up
warded
in the battlefield.
Yeah, and they're also warded against people just lucking their way into meeting up with them.
Shouldn't be too hard to.
Ash, you're muted.
Rent,
I just
rent a
noticed your
car.
lips moving.
Oh, okay. I do want to put up the machine invisibility before we leave our back room we had ported into.
Sure. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll that up. And then, with your resources, you can just rent a car. Any particular make and model that you have in mind?
Nah, something roomy.
Minivan!
No.
Not a minivan.
SUV.
What?
Okay.
Minivan
Unless
seems
Weird's
pretty
driving the whole
appropriate.
time.
I'm comfortable with that.
Still no.
Little weird looking like a soccer mom in the minivan.
I'd be driving according to Dirk Gently's attitude, right? Like, just pick somebody that looks like they know where they're going and follow them.
I still need to sit down and watch that. And listen to it. All right. But yes, machine invisibility, using your awesome tattoos for the first time in I don't remember how many episodes.
Oh yeah, Meniscus is 5 now. I forget. Let's see, advanced duration should just do it, right?
Yes, because it's
a duration spell. So that'll cover us for a bit. I'm taking the reach to make us also invisible to constructs.
That makes sense. And yes, as Death Fox mentioned, yes, sleepwalkers would have to be in the know. If this guy was a sleepwalker, he'd at least have some idea of what the hell is going on because he would have failed his awakening.
Was the tattoo
It's a
2 or a
rune,
1, Yanja?
so it's a +2.
2 for that, 2 for high speech. That's 5. What
Cool.
is that total number? It's 9 plus
14.
5 is
14.
Good sound. Oh god, my chat has scrolled like way back. Three successes on 14 dice. Jesus.
And then
Whatever.
your reach was advanced duration, hiding you from folks, and scale.
And oh no, I would need 4 then. So it'll be overreach by 1 to do it instantly.
Sure.
Or well, my ritual
gotta
duration's
spin-
like 15 minutes now, right? And this is 5?
No, it's half an hour. I don't have the books pulled up. What am I doing?
Half an hour.
15 minutes if you're inside the
10 if you're in the sanctum.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we just chilled in our
yeah, that's fine.
drop spot for a bit, so I don't have to do it instantly. So it's not.
Oh yeah,
overreach.
that's true. And the reach doesn't matter anyways in that point. So boom, cool. No problem. 3 successes. Shielded against being spotted.
Electronics
and,
cannot see us.
Yep. And door constructs. And also quick note that may be very important to us as we move forward because of sheer number of Clash of Wills. If you guys are hopefully listing what active spells you have in your thing, also mention what duration they have because that will give you that bonus duration or a bonus dice on Clash of Wills. So that'll be helpful for us. So like in that case, that one is a +3 because it's a year long. Cool. And then, yeah, you guys load up into the minivan. Sorry, SUV. And
Our
start the...
Miracle's gone, right?
Has it been a week?
Not quite. Still have it, unless Weird dismisses it.
And I just don't know if I should remove it from my list.
Cool. So yeah, you guys mount up and head into Seattle. About a mile, 2 miles out from the city limits, all of your peripheral mage sites tingle as you drive through and enter the space of something. Without you, because I imagine nobody is driving with their active mage site up. But yeah, you definitely drive through something. I mean, you see the Seattle exit 5 miles or counting down, and all of a sudden there's just this feel as you get close, and yeah, just your various peripheral mage sites kind of tingle and yep, okay, something is going on here. And then eventually make your way into Seattle itself. Really kind of lifeless town. City. Kind of drab, bland, lots of gray. Very kind of underwhelming. There's definitely a not chill vibe, but kind of a content vibe. Ordinary, very suburb almost, even as you drive into out, passing the suburbs and getting into the city proper.
I put on active mage sight and just sort of look around and see what the world looks like through my lenses.
Sure. What arcana are you activating?
I think I'm going to turn on spirit actually because this seems the vibes are wrong. That seems resonancy. Check. Yeah.
So
spirit, a vibe check.
Are you turning all of them on
from
and
the third
spirit?
row?
Sorry, are you turning them all on and spirit or just spirit?
I don't have to pay mana for my ruling, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'll keep those 3 in spirit.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so whoop, on goes the goggles, and that's a lot of information. since you brought up the spirit one first, there is a lot of resonance everywhere of quiet contentedness and just not making a fuss, happy with their lot, happy with what they've got. Just everywhere as you drive through. There's a couple little spots of places where, other different kind of resonance kind of pops up here and there. But this whole place, just everywhere as you guys are driving through, it is just very, like I said, content. I was going to say happy, but no, it is not happy.
Not happy. Just sort of meh. Do any of my other things ping on like spells or anything?
No, because I've got to be better about this. Prime is the only thing that actually sees active spells. Like you might be able to recognize different effects, but yeah, the resonance is the big one. Occasionally you see things that might be like hauntings, like as you drive by the cemetery, because inevitably there's one somewhere. Like, oh yes, there are ghosts there.
They're the ghosts. Yeah.
Mind everybody you drive by. They all seem to have intelligences. You don't flag anything as immediately like, oh my god, concerning. The resonance, especially compared to your little walkabout with Shanna and just going around New York, the vibe of this place is just muted, a little colorless, and just big wash of just gray.
I don't like it here very much.
This reeks of unity.
Songbird, can you tell what triggered our mage site? Is there an actual spell covering all of Seattle?
I mean, we know there's probably boundary wards.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was just boundary wards or...
Like, we know the same thing happened in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing happened when you guys have come in and out of New York as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever equivalent of a herald sort of thing probably knows we're here. Like, out of character, you could totally set up a iris that the key is to be a mage, but going through it, all it does is tell you that someone's gone through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Most every herald has figured out one way or another to do something like that.
Yep. Which is why
I don't like it.
Which is why I didn't want to teleport. Because you're going to pass that one way or another, metaphysically, and still trigger it. So, might as well pretend we're doing a mundane for as long as possible. Yeah, so what's the plan, y'all? Where am I driving to?
Do we know how to reach the judges?
Nope.
It will require investigation, looking around, asking questions, which may get you different kinds of attention. And I mean, the old-fashioned, yep, we can try some luck stuff, but you're going to be like challenged.
Yeah, and I kind of have a feeling we want to keep a low profile here in Seattle until we're not keeping a low profile anymore.
I mean,
speaking of which, I probably should have thought of this spell beforehand, but okay.
Which spell are you thinking about?
A prime veiling.
Oh, the cloak.
Supernal veil.
Yeah.
always call it Abaddon.
You want to see the insect men again.
That's a contact that we actually have, as opposed to wandering around the city and talking to people. Or I guess just wandering around and looking and trying to see if we can find signs of the judges.
I mean, I can get us leads, but it's going to take some time to gather enough threads to point us to somebody. And it's going to cause ripples.
I mean, no
Especially if
matter
they're
what
warding
you
themselves.
do, there's going to be some effect.
Yeah, like I feel that no matter what we do, seers are going to know we're here. It's a matter of not pinging on graves. But we know that the seer ministries don't necessarily like each other.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be chill with us going after a high-ranking member of one of the other ones. So...
Right. And bear in mind, of
all
course,
depends on...
This is Seattle, and it is seer territory, and so they have mages coming in and out, frequently. So it's not, just coming in isn't necessarily going to be like a big red alert, everybody freaking out, because, mages come and go.
A mage is here. It's
regularly.
also a big city. Like, people come in and out of cities.
Right. So it basically is, what risks do you guys prepare to take, and how do you prep for that? And Songbird, are you done reading over Supernal Veil?
Yeah, it doesn't quite do what I was thinking.
Suppress aura with death, maybe more of what you were thinking of.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is
It'll
also
let you
very
hide
good,
the awakened part of your soul.
basically.
Cloak Nimbus would be good, but would take a lot of reach to do it on all of us. Because you can pretend to be a lesser mage than you are. So be like, oh, we're just some new mages, Gnosis 1, couple Arcana.
Oh yeah, for the each reach one, yeah. You can look completely different.
Yeah.
It's a very good, very expensive spell.
Yeah.
Now, that said, because you all are experienced 5 and 6 Gnosis mages, if we need to do a little bit of a retcon as your players go, I totally would have done this.
Would have had the spell up, yeah.
I am okay with that, especially as we are first getting in here. Now, fast forward to later in this, and you're like having a conversation. Oh, we totally cast the spell back at the no. But yeah,
I'm fine with. I'm okay with retconning that one spell. I don't think there's anything else I'd want to particularly care about. Like, being invisible doesn't help us because we don't know where anyone is. We actually have to attract. Yeah. Well, I mean, just in the various different forms that it exists.
Mm-hmm.
Like triggering that, in my eyes, triggering that ward is a good thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because if no one knows that we're here, if we don't have any reason for someone to find us or talk to us, or for us to find them, then we're not going to accomplish anything. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, I do want to put up the Suppress Aura. That's a good one. My only issue is I have a whole bunch of shielding spells that I would like to have. Soul control.
Put them together.
Which, right. That's what I was going to say.
Combined spells.
Yeah.
Also, you have 5 spell control slots now.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
The big one for me, though, is the fact that you could combine machine invisibility with suppress aura, because you could have cast those literally at the same time, and we could just say that it was both. Because I don't think that one has any extra feature or anything. Suppress aura?
It's 2 dots. It's a duration spell. It doesn't have any bonus reach.
Yep.
It's withstood by resolve, but can we choose to let it happen?
Correct.
Yeah, always.
Yep.
I need a reading ruling on how this sentence reads. For each reach she applies, she may choose one of Gnosis, Mana, or any Arcanum she knows, and specify a value below her subject's actual trait rating.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I can't say Atratus is lower at Mind because I don't know it?
Oh, no, I think Arcanum she knows, as in any Arcanum that they are aware of.
They have.
Or more specifically, you can pick anything that Atratus knows.
That you know they have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the she being referred to here is different because it specifically says the subject afterwards.
Right. So the mage can reduce any Arcanum she, the subject, knows. Right? Oh, okay.
I don't think that's how that sentence
I see what
reads.
you mean. Choose one of Gnosis Mana or any Arcanum she knows. Oh, because you're spoofing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, there you go. A Adept of Prime. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. In my mind, you can basically state whatever you want. So, for instance, we'll use using Atratus. You could say Atratus's prime dots are 2, and that effect, that part of the spell, would just fail to do anything because she doesn't have prime. So you can't even give her 1 dot.
Okay.
So you could technically waste, air quote, a bunch of reach.
Sure. Yeah, I could see like several different interpretations of the spell. So I wanted to talk about how we're going to go with it.
Yep. In this case, especially if you're casting it back in the Rookery,
Right.
you have all the reach you want. So
how about we find a room somewhere first?
well, like I said, we're gonna retcon for, just to be like, oh yeah, we totally disguised ourselves, because it's I mean, if this were D&D,
That's a smart thing to do.
but if this were D&D, we're sneaking into the bad guys, town. Okay, we're gonna put on a disguise first. Okay, sure, yeah,
Right.
that makes logical sense. So
They're very useful spells that we always forget to put up until we realize, oh wait, I should have, but now it's too late.
Yeah.
So we're getting this out of the way first.
I need to find the Gnosis table.
And if we do it back at our house, you can hand it off to Titus and let him hold it for you.
also true.
What?
I'm fine with holding on to mine.
You have to be Gnosis 3 to have more than 1 3 dot?
No, Gnosis 2 for more than 3 dot. More than 1. It's page 86 if you're looking for it.
Oh, that was what I was looking for. Okay.
One of these days, I'm going to break down and find a real, actual DM screen, storyteller screen for Mage. Just that, like, I laugh about it for D&D, but for Mage, man, I actually want it.
Okay.
Making everybody a bunch of multi-adepts. Or not adepts,
Yeah.
whatever the 3 dot is. Disciples.
Initiate.
Initiate is 1 dot.
Oh.
Yeah, so disciples for 3 dots.
Disciples. Yeah. So we're all putting off our Nimbus's read as like 2 Gnosis 3 of the Arcana that we have. If it would be higher than that. Like I can't make it try to be a Spirit 3.
Right.
But you can cap her at spirit.
Right.
Perception. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're not scary mages at all.
No, it's fine. We've studied a little bit, but we haven't really dived deep yet.
Yep.
Cool. All that comes from reach, so I don't need any particular.
Yeah, I was looking, is there anything for potency at all?
No potency at all in this, I don't think.
Wow. That's actually casting that in a
Really cool. You'd think that this would be a, per potency, you can change one thing kind of deal.
So just a bonus reach to do a thing.
one reach per thing. So 1 reach for Gnosis. And then like 7. How many Arcana do we have? Did I need to adjust? I think
Right.
7.
I mean, just say 10 and just cover them all.
Yeah, just say 10. Yeah. So yeah, this spell's like 9 reach or so. Which I
Doesn't
have
matter.
4. It's like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
15 paradox if I do it outside the domain.
Now, that said,
It's fine.
The more and more reach you throw at it, the bigger a spell it is. But yeah, if you leave it with Titus.
Yeah, I mean, that's only for if it.
It's for your Nimbus going off. Or
I didn't think reach factored into potency is what the Nimbus factors off of.
I think reach
So
is
it's only one
duration.
potency spell. Anyways,
I mean, they can't see our spells anyways, because that's what Suppress Aura does. They cannot see active spells on you.
Yeah, reach a number of turns.
3 successes.
So
That's a really good one. If you ever want to like flare your Nimbus, crank the potency for no reason, and throw a ton of reach, and behold my cloaked Nimbus.
And then the spell instantly fails because you just flared your Nimbus.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's part of the thing. If you imprint your signature Nimbus or anything, it spell ends immediately.
Yeah. So no
Cool.
imprinting your Nimbus.
Yeah. Or cause it to flare.
Oh, that's actually really cool. So spells cast while under the influence don't cause the immediate Nimbus to flare unless they choose even.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good
Yeah, this
spell.
spell's really cool.
Wow. Episode 124, just now realizing how cool a 2-dot prime spell is.
Yep.
Don't mind us.
I mean, pretty much each Arcana has like 3 mages worth of shadow names of like focuses.
Style. Yeah.
They have style, yeah, for sure. Like even within Prime, which I've used more than anything else. Like there's half the spells in the book I haven't even touched. Like, what do I need this for? It's fine.
Oh, this is what it's for.
I don't need to be invisible. Stealthiness. Who the fuck is this?
Very true. So Craig, you said that Weird wanted to kind of point towards like a hotel to like set up a base.
Yeah, we should probably find an anchor point.
Sure.
And then spend some time researching. I'm thinking split up and do digging however we do digging.
Could do that. So upscale, low scale,
Mid scale, Holiday Inn.
we're not staying at a Super 8.
It needs
Somber wouldn't
interior
even know what
corridors.
those was. Excuse me. Why is this? What is this building?
But we only need one room. I can make it into 3 rooms. Like we only need one.
Careful casting
I'm just
spells.
walking into it.
But yeah, especially again with actual resources from Songbird,
True.
Like a Hilton or something, you know?
Right? Yeah, just a moderate place.
Nice to the regular folk. Songbird's slumming it.
The regular folk. Oh boy, that fame is showing.
They don't even have scotch in the minibar.
They don't have a mini bar.
They don't have a mini bar.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys set up in a hotel, mid-level thing, establish your spells, have already established your spells. And so yeah, you, where are you guys investigating? How are you going to investigate and try and find contacts and information?
You all froze for like 15 seconds.
I'm pretty sure that was all just us sitting
That was
still.
just collective going,
Yeah, that was just silence. I mean, I was just gonna go for a walk and talk to like
And
ghosts.
everybody's frozen again.
Are you frozen?
Is my internet acting up? We are having a
Yeah,
storm.
that's on your end.
You're
'cause we're
perfectly
all
fine, dude.
Yeah, you're coming through fine to us. Yeah, I was gonna take a walk and find like a nice big cemetery and chat with the folks there and see if anyone can point me in anyone's direction.
Ghost is a good place. And while Craig may be having issues, maybe not, I can't quite tell.
Noctal says, so this is what one-way scrying looks like.
Yeah.
He's
So how is there a way I can combine investigation and occult
No.
to go dig up some leads?
Because occult is going to be your straight up knowledge of spooky stuff.
Sure.
Investigation is going to be digging in and asking questions and stuff like that.
Right. So I want to be digging in and asking questions about spooky stuff that might lead me on
That's fine.
a path
And
to
that's-
find where the judges are.
And that's just
Probably just be
investigation.
a cult, or yeah,
Okay.
one
Yeah,
or
it's
the
just
other.
Well,
investigation.
you also can use different stats, different attributes
Right.
to do different
Mhm.
things. So if you're like trying
I
to
guess-
go around through,
Let's see.
you could do like a manipulation plus occult to like look in at different like tarot shops and stuff and see if anything's connected to actual magic.
Yeah, that's,
That's
kind of what I was
actually a
thinking.
pretty good one. See here, trying to be better about using these silly traits. Mental skills, occult. Da, 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 da.
So I'm thinking we split up and each kind of do our own digging, and then meet back here and see what we can, do the
Okay.
Scooby Doo thing.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, actually, wits plus occult. And how much time are you going to put into this investigation?
Like an afternoon.
Yeah, the whole
To start
first day
anyway.
that we're there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Weird can roll some wits plus occult. Just flat out. As you try and find legit spooky stuff. Cool. What is everybody else doing? Oh, right. We're Atreides is going to just talk with ghosts, and Songbird is
Do I have any leads on the Praetorians?
nothing, like trying to get information about what is going on inside Seattle is equivalent to like medieval. Hey, so what's the layout and street makeup of a city in like ye olde medieval times? Like trying to figure,
Sure.
having a map of a city, that is a treasonous thing, because why do you need that? You live here. You don't need a map. How might we do that? Wits plus investigation would be a decent one. I'm open to alternative stuff. If you want to just go be your normal charismatic self and just be chatting with folks, presence plus streetwise might work. Pulling up a character sheet that's not in use. Jake
This would all be
Roberts.
great ideas if I had dots in any of them.
Yep. Streetwise, socialize.
I will do a presence plus streetwise
Cool.
and try and stumble into some sort of, I don't know, like a Songbird would have the idea of like to put you inside Songbird's head. It's like, all right, now what these guys like fighting, eh? Maybe like a boxing gym or some sort of underground fight club. These things exist, right? All right, we got an idea here.
Here's a question: Are you going to lean into your, for lack of a better term, male persona, the actual Acanthus persona, as you go and try?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In that case, roll presence plus streetwise plus your fame dots. I can't remember how many you had. 2.
This will be 5 dice.
Nice.
4 plus 2 minus 1.
But hey, it's not a cool
1 success.
One success.
And then Atreides, just you're talking with ghosts. So in my mind, that's going to be just some presence plus socialize streetwise. One of those.
Okay.
And actually, because I almost forgot, you have Gabe. Go ahead and take a +1 as he's just kind of like, no, guys, legit, like, she's okay. For a living person, she's all right.
She's one of the good ones.
I'm rolling presence and socialize. +1. 0 successes.
Not today, not.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of ghosts who, we'll work this backwards in order. For your first hour or two, you just do not find anybody who is interested in talking, and just kind of the vibe that you're getting from them and talking with them and, death side on. These guys aren't like abused ghosts, but the difference between the ghosts here versus the ones who were back in New York, who had sin eaters checking in on them and kind of being part of their society and stuff like that, as well as stuff that Gabe did and what you imagine other seers might do. Because, like, let's be honest, Factory isn't super into ghosts, and I can't remember the name of the Mystagogue.
Shadher.
Yes.
Yeah, Shadher.
She's the one who uses them.
Right. They're not exactly the nicest, but there are others who are more like you, who are like at least use them as resources and not tools. Here, like every one of them, like they're not talking amongst themselves. They're just like, if there's a ghost, he's sitting like at his own grave, just kind of watching as things go by, and it's just like clinging on to what they've got. And like Gabe has trouble even rousing them into conversation. There we go. Songbird, your first like foray into stuff, like you get pointed at some gyms and you're recognized for who you are, but when you start asking about like places to meet up for like some underground stuff, or like where's the real action happening or anything like that, people kind of clam up a little bit. Now are
Flash some of that cash, baby.
Okay, well, we'll do that on the next roll. And then weird similar kind of stuff. You hit the big thing that I will tell you from your 6 dice and your 1 success, as you're going, there's not a lot of occult places around here. There's like one that you find like immediately. Like it, like you attack the first yellow page, you flip through here, palm reading and tarot card, and you're like, where is this section of the yellow page? Flip. There's like, well, there's this one, and it is like a very hokey carnival show style performance kind of place. And you like talk with the woman there, and she's basically a performer, and she's like, yeah, no, this is all for show. You're not serious, are you? Is kind of the vibe that you get off of that. But that's your guys' first investigation for the first like 2 hours that you were here. If any of you give up,
we're basically opening doors on Seattle.
Sort of. These are extended actions. So we have a couple things here. Weird and Songbird can roll again and continue. Atrantis, because you failed and got 0 successes. Let me pull up the book here and double check the.
Make a new tactic, right?
Do you want a dramatic failure?
Yeah, that's true. There is dramatic failures. Okay,
or I'll be at a negative on this one if I keep trying to do it, right?
That is if you had an instant action and we're trying again. In this case, for extended actions, you face a setback, and basically you can take a condition of your choice to represent your frustration and failure, or abandon. Excuse me, my choice, or you can abandon the action. And specifically, this is something I really should have been better about, because this is the kind of thing that, like, this is where you get beats from. Yeah. But,
actually, a dramatic failure might be fun. I've never done one of those.
Sure, if you wish.
Sure.
Cool. Okay, so
as you wish.
Yes.
Pissed off the ghosts instead of just had them indifferent or something. I don't know.
So generally speaking, your, let's see here, what's the extended action description? In addition to the effects of a failure, the first roll on a further attempt suffers a -2 die penalty. So in this particular case, you're basically just, you flat out fail. And yes, you and Gabe, who I imagine neither of you really want to get into a fight with Ghost, managed to actually piss off the Guardian Geist, who's like, why are you asking these questions? Get the fuck out. And literally chases you past to the graveyard fence and gate, and like Gabe like vaults it, and yeah, the both of you are like standing outside the gates looking in going, the fuck are up with those ghosts? But take a beat.
So maybe we don't talk to ghosts. That's a regular beat.
That is a regular beat, and take the What condition? What condition is
your condition in?
Indeed. And I hate using these ones over and over. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to change my tactic to spirits next. Since I know that something is up with those. They might be a lead. But yeah, condition.
Yeah, let's just go with shaken. Basically, at any time your character is taking an action where the fear might hinder her, you may opt to fail the roll and resolve this condition. Yeah, basically you just decide, I'm not even going to roll something because of something that has spooked you from that conversation.
Super spooked.
Yeah, spooked by ghosts.
Too spoopy.
Too spoopy. Cool. So let's continue. Weird and Songbird, are you going to continue on your current tack and investigation?
Yeah, can I throw in a little extra flavor though?
Yeah.
I want to keep pursuing the occult thing, but I want to be dropping breadcrumbs so that like word's going to spread that somebody's asking about folks or looking for somebody.
Oh, that was going to happen anyways, but sure.
Okay, yeah, that's like that. I'm planning on using subterfuge to reinforce that.
Well, you are still rolling wits plus occult. This is extended. Okay. But yeah, no, sure. You are absolutely, if you are like basically making it easy for people to track back to you, take a +1.
To notice you.
Mm-hmm. Songbird, actually same kind of thing you were talking about, flashing cash. Did you mean like you were going to bribe people, or are you talking about
no, like I'm trying to gamble, trying to get that money.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do the same thing. Let's throw a +1 on there.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
Cool.
Eat.
So, same
Yikes.
scenario.
Want a dramatic failure?
Or continue, call off. We'll come back. Atreides, you said, okay, ghosts, totally not the way to do this. Change tactic, switch over, and we're going to mess with and reach out to spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So I'll need to cast Exorcist's Eye so I can see them.
You can do that.
And chat with them.
Mm-hmm. Because technically you can do it with Mage Sight too, but Exorcist Eye will not like give you that -2. Yeah.
Yeah. I took it as a practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You had mentioned that for your Gnosis increase. So no mana cost.
Mm-hmm. Overreach, if I want, let me find. I'm gonna have to overreach to make it last any period of time.
I mean, you can just take a little bit, take half an hour to cast it.
Yeah, I would I need to like have a ritual space to do that safely in though?
No, you can always ritual spell. Like literally, if you were using no yantras, you could literally just
sit on a park bench and chill.
You could do it while walking.
Okay.
If you're not using it, it's just taking the time to concentrate and focus on only that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that said, in my mind, if you were going on a walk, like you would be completely unaware of your surroundings. But fortunately, that's what a familiar is for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sitting on a park bench. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
like
sit down
standard.
and
Street
if
sign.
I don't have to set myself down and do an obvious magic in order to do a ritual, then
No.
I'll just sit down and chill for a bit and do it.
Yeah, the
That
only
way.
time it becomes an obvious casting of magic is when you start to include yantras or the effect of the spell is obvious. 1-dot spells, especially at the level that you guys are at, is just like, I'm going to concentrate for half an hour. Okay, open my eyes, and now I see the world of spirits.
Well, I mean, even like 5-dot spells, especially for subtle arcana. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
making a hollow, not going to trigger anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Weird casting
I'm
miracle,
only
not even noticeable.
gonna take the one reach because I'm not trying to see across the gauntlet. I want to talk to ones that are already here. So my reach is for duration.
Yep. There's Buzz My Phone.
And for can I use like my shadow name as a yantra
Yep.
without it being
That's not
obvious?
something to... Cool. So roll that 9 dice.
3 successes.
Cool. All right. So coming back to well, actually, hang on.
Oh,
no,
3
because we
successes
need-
is exceptional because it's
Right.
praxis.
Do you wish to take a condition?
Yes, so I can be good at talking to ghosts
Well, that's
Presumably.
exactly what I. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
or spirits rather.
Yes. Cool. So we can do the same thing. Actually, we are going to come back to you real quick. Songbird, did you decide if you're going to?
All right, we'll take a condition and continue.
Okay. I think I'm just going to flat out. It's not going to be a condition on you. Go ahead and take a beat. You're definitely getting a lot of attention.
Definitely drawing attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's kind of what I figured. Especially, hey, this is the whole point of having a separate name from your shadow name and that separate persona. So cool.
Songbird's definitely like maybe not fully like pretending that he's on drugs and on a bender, but this definitely like, hey,
Some
he doesn't
erratic
live here. He's on
behavior.
vacation or something. He's having a day,
Yeah.
and like the people that recognize him are like, ooh, interesting.
This is on Twitter now. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. And now that I know that, try to go ahead and same thing. You can roll the what was it? What did we have you rolling for?
Before it was, I think,
Presence plus socialize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The last time I talked to a spirit, it was persuasion, I thought.
Well, that was convincing them to do something. In this case,
Okay.
you're chatting with them, trying to figure out what's going on. A quick note, though, as you turn on Exorcist Eye and can look about, compared to New York, this place is really short on spirits. You see them here and there, and most of the ones that you see. Okay, well, to like spot one, you literally see kind of sitting on a street corner and just like tucked up against a wall is what looks like this corpulent, fat. Those are the same thing. Like beer belly dad in a recliner in like a tank top and like shorts, just kind of sprawled and like just not moving and just completely devoid of it. And you're like, that is what a idle contentment looks like. But there's other spirits about as well, but that is the kind of predominant spirit that you see, is these spirits that just look kind of indolent and just not all that interested in doing anything. And they are actively seeking out things that aren't doing anything, because spirits are weird that way. But
Can I roll streetwise with my rumors bonus instead? Because I'm looking for word on the street.
I see no reason not to. That's cool. And then a +2 because you're chatting with ghosts for the condition.
Or spirits.
Thank you, yes.
So +3. One success.
We will get there eventually, one success at a time.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. Weird did just get 2. Okay. Weird, as you like spread the word little by little of looking for like, hey, I want to know like about real magic is the way I'm kind of getting the vibe from you, right? You're like, I want the real stuff is what you're kind of asking questions about, and places that like seem like they would have occult leanings. There's the new agey shop that doesn't actually, but they got some crystals hanging up, but they don't have any like crystals, or anything like that. And basically a lot of what you're getting from people is, just nobody, it doesn't sell here. Nobody's really interested in that. Everybody here is kind of like, straight-laced and, not into like, anything fantasy or fantastical.
I'm just having a real disconnect between reality and the OA.
Yes.
This is the worst Seattle possible.
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely this is the worst time.
Seattle sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, wait till you go by the Wizards of the Coast headquarters in Seattle.
Yeah. Ooh. No, I don't want to go there.
It's a bank.
Okay. I'm gonna keep at it.
Okay.
I'm a little worried I'm gonna be attracting seer attention, but I'll deal with that if it comes up.
Wasn't that
the whole point?
what you were trying to do? Yeah.
I didn't want
Gathering
necessarily
breadcrumbs
seer
and such?
attention, right? Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't necessarily want to get seers. We're looking for the judges, right?
I mean,
I always
Seer.
figured if you were drawing attention magically in Seattle, you were going to get seers.
Yeah. All 3 of you go ahead and re-roll again. Your same dice pool.
What did I get from my success?
Oh, shit. Thank you. Yes. Chatting around, the spirits basically, are you chatting with the like content spirits, or are you trying to find ones that are like not as predominant?
I'll chat with the contentment spirits because I'm trying to see like who put them here, who's feeding them.
Yeah,
generally,
Excuse me, why is vibe?
Right.
Why is vibe?
And the answer you get, I mean, they're not really asking any questions. All the good watering holes, all the locusts, everything. They're like, we can feed everywhere. Like the resonance is all over the city. When you ask, they're like, why are you even asking that question? Like this is paradise, isn't it? This is so much better than being over in the shadow. Like there's essence and resonance everywhere.
So it was like, I'm curious to know. I'm asking this because I want to know who's working with you.
And
Don't point me in any direction of anyone who brought you here.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as you can tell, talking to 2 or 3 like in the nearby area near that cemetery, they're just like, no, we came here from the other side of the gauntlet because there is just so much of this resonance here, and it's a huge feeding ground for their flavor, basically.
Okay.
That's what you get for that first success. So y'all feel free to roll again if you wish to continue your investigation. And for Travis's case, your condition is kind of washed up.
Yeah. Market beat. Yes. A regular beat.
No, because that was from your arcane condition from your exorcist die.
I get confused on that because, like, I resolved it doing a regular thing,
Right.
but it was from a spell.
Yep.
Wow.
So you just gonna call it quits, or?
Just before you make too much of a public embarrassment of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I do have to go back to New York. I do have to face Ethan. And
You have an actual career.
A couple of local chavs come up to you in a bar and say, "Listen, man, you need some help."
Cool. So yeah, weird. You spend another couple hours walking around talking to, and like it's just not going anywhere. And at this point, like you've switched from like asking questions and more of like, man, I wish magic was real, don't you guys? And everybody's like, nah, it's cool, nah. But there's more to it, so we'll come back to that.
Sure.
And for Atreides, are you still chatting with those contentment spirits, or?
No, I was going to go try to find someone less lazy, if there are any.
There definitely are. Give me a general vibe of what kind of spirit you're looking for.
Oh, I don't know, just...
Literally the first one that isn't a contentment spirit?
Yeah, because you said
Okay.
there aren't that many around. I'm just going to kind of
They're
look around, just
not.
like, literally anyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the quick, like, look about, and actually, I think they're in and near the cemetery, you find some spirits of, like, death, of just decay. And they're just kind of, sitting near graves and kind of drinking in some of this stuff. And you have to like, I'm not going back in there, but hey, can we chat? Just come over here.
Over the fence.
Right.
And really like things calm in Seattle this year,
and yeah, this, kind of mushroom fungoid myconid little creature. It looks like a tiny little rank 1 thing, kind of looks up at you and kind of quizzical eyes. And you relate the thing, and through pantomime and some very odd puffs of weird fungal spores, it basically communicates that, like,
sorry, Floyd.
that the Seattle is like starving. Like the other spirits, like if you can latch onto a place like this, like and you can see them, the various spirits of death, decay, things like that are moving around the graveyard. They're like, this place works for us, but everything
can't really
else
go anywhere else.
Right. And every other spirit, they're like, they find a little spot and they live there, but it's it's like in a little oases in deserts of this resonance, and trying to leapfrog from one to another is brutal. And basically the only option is here, or we cross through the gauntlet into the shadow and try and escape to some place that's more helpful. And they're like, yeah, a lot of other spirits have left, and they're, it's like, that's cool. They all could leave. I'm good here. Is kind of the vibe that you're getting from them.
Yeah.
Vibe. Okay. We've used it a billion times. Guess what our title is going to be?
Vibe check.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him if he knows who is starving, like, what has cut off the other sources of resonance, or is causing this resonance and nothing else. Have you seen them?
It definitely seems to be like, at least from the conversation bits that you can get. And this is, like I said, it's a rank 1, so trying to get detailed conversation is kind of difficult. But basically, it doesn't know, it really doesn't care, and it doesn't sound like there's like a specific person walking around zapping things. It's just like, this has been, it's not like it's even a subtle thing. It's, it's like, this is how Seattle is.
Okay.
Songbird, I think we basically covered it with your failures. Just like, people are like, dude, you have a career. Like, you don't want to get involved in this. If anybody finds out you're
All right,
gambling
man.
on fights, this is probably doesn't look good. And there's like a couple guys who come around you like, man, do you need to talk to somebody? We can chat. Like, I know you're a famous guy and all, but like, we can, if you're going through some stuff, we can just talk. And like, they rally around you. They're like, come on, man, we can get you through whatever you're going
Too
through.
wholesome.
Yeah, and you're like, damn, why did I walk into this gym? Yeah.
Right.
And then for weird, so like I said, you're laying these breadcrumbs, and I think at this point you're being like very obvious that like, I'm looking for magic, somebody. Let's see here. Let me go find my notes. Because you do find somebody.
Well, yeah, okay.
And someone notices.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be pushing it too hard. I mean,
Oh,
I
no.
am a subtle
Yeah,
kind of person.
you are being
right? So
subtle. Yes.
I'm also patient. Like, I don't mind if it takes us a few days or even a few weeks to find something.
Sure. But basically you like leave yet another place and like start, scoping out and not necessarily casting a fate spell, but doing the, weird of like, well, fate will just lead me to a place.
Mhm.
And just as you're walking, there is this sudden press of a body up against yours, and just an arm links up to yours, and just a quiet little voice, like, and this blonde, like very small petite woman, probably about Weird's build, and probably actually kind of odd for Weird, like, hey, I actually see eye to eye with her, kind of links arms and says, don't look around, don't act suspicious, come on, and just kind of scoops you along and she's like, okay, my name is Tabitha Moonfall, that's what you can call me.
Hi, Tabitha.
And
Well, where are we going?
She kind of just, there's this subtle little
And
bridge,
I totally just go along with it, right?
Right.
Like, we're just walking along, yeah.
and she says, we're going where our feet take us for now, and just continues walking along with you.
This is my kind of lady.
No. Very bad.
There are so many different reactions to this. Cool. And last little things from Songbird or Tranus before we go to our break.
Songbird actually goes back to the hotel and gets drunk.
It's like, fuck it.
Well, I pretended to do this all day, so I might as well now.
Yep. Okay. Fair point. You're muted.
I think you're muted, Ash.
I am. Go meet back up with you there. And it's just like, well, I found not much. The city's kind of
fucked.
Spiritually dead. Yeah, this place kind of sucks. So yeah, let's get drunk in a hotel room in this shitty city.
Cool. As Weird goes arm in arm along with Tabitha Moonfall through downtown Seattle. And that is where we will pause for this one. YouTube guys, haha, cliffhanger. Twitch guys will be back in just 5 minutes. As always, thank you guys for joining us. It is a blast. I hope you are enjoying. Hey, look, I've made them roll more dice in this game than like the past I don't know how many sessions. Remember how this game is built around dice, and I'm going to make them use them, damn it. So thank you for joining us. If you want to come by Discord, please do. We really would be very happy to have you. And it is a welcoming community, and you can come be a complete and total newbie or bring your expertise as long as you're not a douchebag about it.
Or even just come and lurk and just hang out.
Or
and
you can just
absorb the
come and
ambiance.
pretend to be a fucking pretzel for a night, I guess.
I don't know what happened there. Come by Discord and ask us about it. There's a whole bunch of them who are probably
Ask
freaking
them
out
about
in
it.
chat.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't.
We looked over, we saw it, and I'm like, is this harming anybody? No. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm sure chat is freaking out. It's fine. They know who they are. But yeah, weird things happen in our Discord. You're welcome to come join in. That is yeetinto.space. And if you want to support us monetarily, see some of the other cool stuff, check out the, I haven't mentioned it in a while, but the awesome comic that Brenna did, commissioned by one of our patrons, and actually Songbird's werewolf DM. storyteller, whatever, is up there on Patreon
Shout out
as well.
Moku.
It is so good. It is still on my phone. I love it.
background. Yep.
Yes. That's staylucky.club. And YouTube guys, we do see you. I do see your comments. Thank you. Keep them coming. Yeah. Yeah, we will see Twitch guys in just a couple of minutes. YouTube guys, we will see you on Friday for the thrilling conclusion. It's not the conclusion of nothing. This is going to be a long one, kids.
Stay lucky.